Well, hello there, my students. I'm afraid you've caught me in a moment of delicacy. It's a relatively unknown appetizer. 2 ounces of rich, medium-rare tomahawk steak, cut thin, and drizzled with bordellis of bone marrow and black truffle vinaigrette, infused with blue cheese crumbles and a lightly torched glaze, paired with a fine Cabernet Sauvignon. These are the tender moments of life where I come back to my core roots, the ancients of wisdom, and especially Descartes. Cogito ergo sum, that at the very beginnings and foundation of knowledge is the act of incredulity towards one's own existence. That said, there was once a big game hunter of much renown. He had conquered every creature of symbolic prowess or strength, from Botswana to the Serengeti in Tanzania. He was a man of courage and tenacity and was truly fearless to the elements and agonies of wilderness existence. Well, one day, a colleague from the Americas invited him to hunt the notorious ghosts of the forest, the elk, the greatest prize to any hunter of skill and proficiency. Alas, the big game hunter took up the challenge solo in the state of California. But he disappeared. Only much later was he found naked and crucified to a Joshua tree with the words "Cogitasti ergo eravisti," written in his chest by elk antlers. You thought, therefore you were wrong. It was said from that day forward the big game hunter never took up the rifle again, and instead devoted himself to a hot dog and soft pretzel stand at Venice Beach, supplemented by a side hustle of bubblegum larceny and male prostitution. However, to me, the prize of knowledge inspired by these events is this: to think and act in independent agency is to breach the boundaries and limitations of the gods. For what god ever acted in a way divorced from the moral boundaries and framework cast upon them by their worshippers? In that sense, my dear students, to think is to draw into existence the dominion of the universe.
To think is to ass, splay and winder dick the butt-fart shittery of the celestial entities.
I think, therefore, it is that this steak and wine combination is a motherfucker of ecstasy and irresistible pleasures. And that, dear students, is the wisdom of the day. Until our next class. Welcome all problems. Do not deny your mind conundrum and embrace contemplative nirvana.